Welcome everyone. Today I wanted to do a quick video. It's another statistics video, and I want to preface this video by saying that this is not financial advice. You are your own financial advisor. You are the best financial advisor for you. And I wanted to do a site review. So on the Cardano forum, I see all these great things happening within the community. So many involved members, so many talented people that are working independent of the project just to try to make the community experience as good as possible. So the other day or last weekend, I believe that I did a video on adascan.net, and this was created by the username Bovich on the Cardano forum. And today I'm going to be looking at this site called Clio. And the reason why I wanted to look at it is because I saw it in the forum, I checked it out, and I am using it in a particular way. So I'm actually using it in tandem with the adascan.net. And I think that I got some pretty important statistics that may or may not be important to you, but everyone wants to know where they stand. This is part of my offshore series on my YouTube channel. And this is where we look at statistics, and everyone wants to know what kind of whale they are in the ocean, or what kind of fish, or where they stand within this whole web. Because it just helps your human psyche understand exactly where you fit. And before I do this video, I just want to tell everyone that there is no reason to feel bad that you may be lower than you think that you are within this ecosystem. It's not a big deal, because let me tell you this. I know you want the successes of cryptocurrency, and I know you're looking for the long-term longevity within this ecosystem. But the fact that you may be lower than you think you are is actually bodes as a good sign. It just goes to show you that you are so early within the system, because the only people that are really investing in the system are people that have a certain amount of assets and see the long-term potential within this ecosystem. Wait 3 to 5 years and the newcomers within this cryptocurrency will be looking at you like, wow, look at this whale. It's all perspective, all perspective. So I found this website on the Cardano forum, and it is made by Clio. So like everything within the Cardano ecosystem, the nomenclature is incredible, and Clio was the muse of history. So this person right here on the left is Clio, and that's a fun fact. So this site is great. It has like slots, and it has the epics, and it has all this information about what's going on within the ecosystem, and this is live. And this is taken from the UTXO distribution. So like I said before, you have to take this with a grain of salt, because not one address can be tied to one particular person. There are people with multiple addresses. There are big whales that are holding multiple addresses. It's just a rough estimation, but this is the best we're going to get. But every one of these sites is offering something unique, and I used it in tandem with adascan.net to see exactly what is going on. So if you scroll down, the thing I wanted to go over today was this coin distribution. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. And basically what this coin distribution is going to allow us to see is how much ADA do you need to be within the 1% of that UTXO distribution? How much ADA do you need to be within that 5%, the 10%, the 20%? So they're broken down into partitions. So it's just partitioning all the transactions that are happening within that UTXO ledger. And using that information, we can extrapolate exactly how many addresses are within those particular buckets. So let's say you have blockchain A, and you have 100 addresses within that blockchain, and they're sending whatever coin that you think. And that coin is, the first address would be the top 1%. The top 10 addresses would be the top 10%. The top 20 addresses would be the 20%. So it's just partitioning all the addresses. And I believe there's somewhere between 200 and 300,000 UTXO addresses right now that are circulating within this ecosystem. And this is what the information presents itself. And as you can see, the last time it was updated was 3:45:55. So it is right about the time that I'm shooting this video. So some of this information may be slightly outdated by the time I release this video, but bear with me. So we're going to start off at the partitions of 1%. And basically the partitions of 1% would be the top 1% of addresses. So it gives you the number of addresses within that bucket. So the top about 2,400 addresses would fall within the top 1% of ADA address holdings. So as long as you fit in within the first 2,400 addresses, you'd be a 1%er. So last week when I was looking over Bovich's adascan.net, you saw that the top 1,000 addresses, the number 1,000 was had over 3 million ADA within their wallet. But this is a little bit different. This is the top 1%. So it doesn't mean that you need 3 million to be in the top 1%. You actually need to be within the first 2,400 addresses. And we're going to figure out exactly what that translates to number of ADA. So I did a little bit of plugs and tried to do some back of the envelope math mixed with guessing. And this is a relative number that I got for the top 1%. So in order to be in the top 1% of Cardano, of the top 1% of holders, you need to have this much ADA. 1,718,000 ADA. And if you check your rank, it's going to bring up around 2,073. So when I did it earlier, it was a little bit higher, but I think I did that a while ago. So you're going to have to take this with a grain of salt. But let's just round and say that you need around 1.7 million ADA to be a Cardano 1%er. Okay, so congratulations to you if you are. If you're not, don't worry either, but you're doing fine if you are a 1%er. So let's move over to maybe something a little bit more realistic. Let's see if 5%er is realistic. Are you in the top 5% of ADA holdings? And we're going to go and a rough estimate of what I got. And you remember, you got to take this with a grain of salt because I did this calculation a little time ago and things change. So 5%er, you need around 360,000. So if you check the rank, it's about 12,000, and that correlates to around the number of addresses within the partition of 5%. So you need around 316,000 ADA in order to be within the top 5%. We're moving on. That's still a very large amount of ADA. So we're going to go to the 10%ers. Do you want to be the top 10% of the ADA holders within this ecosystem? You need to be around the 24,000th address within the UTXO distribution. So I found that information correlated with around 94,875 ADA. Let me just remove this real quick. And as you can see, that's around 24,048. So you need around 95,000 ADA in order to be within that top 10%. So that's something to shoot for if you want to be in the top 10%. If you want to be in the top 20% of all ADA holders, you have to be around the 48,000th address holdings. And I calculated that to be around 20,097 ADA. And as you can see, it correlates to around 48,000, the ranking. So I used both of them in tandem with each other. And 20,000 is nothing to scoff at. That's a lot of ADA. That is a lot of ADA. So do not feel bad if you have one ADA or you have 1.718 million ADA. It doesn't matter. You're part of this ecosystem. And if this thing flourishes, you will have great gains on your ADA. And that's just speculation, not financial advice. So this was just a fun video to help people out and see where they fall within this ecosystem. I'm going to move over to CoinMarketCap to see what that correlates today as far as US dollars. So we're going to scroll down to Cardano. I'm going to pull up my calculator, and as you can see, the price of Cardano right now is 0.071460. So, and then we're going to multiply that by 1.718 million. So to be a 1%er, you need to have around $122,000, $123,000 USD in the game right now within the Cardano project. So that's a 1%er. To be a 5%er, you need around, let's go to 360,000, and we're going to multiply that by 0.071460. And so to be a 5%er, you need around $26,000 in the game right now within the Cardano project. And I understand that there are people that invested a lot more and they've seen a massive depreciation on their funds, but this is very early in the project. You don't lose until you sell. But once again, you need to make the proper financial decisions and maybe scale back or figure out exactly where you want to stand. This is just a stats video, just a fun stats video, not financial advice. Top 10% of the game, you need 94,875 ADA. We're going to multiply that by 0.071460. So you need around between $6,000 and $7,000 in the game to be a 10%er. And to be a 20%er, you're going to have 20,097 ADA. And we're going to multiply that by 0.071460. So you need around $1,436 USD to be a 20%er within the Cardano ecosystem. Take these numbers with a grain of salt. This is a fun stats video. Please let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. And once again, thank you to Clio and the tracker, the Clio tracker. It is great, a great source, and I will bookmark that with my adascan.net. So anytime I need to know that coin distribution, I will check it out because it updates constantly. So that's good to know. So let me know what you think. Once again, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.